So let's get started. So we only have one on topic for the KubeCon North America. I'm not sure who is going to go to the KubeCon. Probably Josh. Are you going to the KubeCon?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got the booth sheet up. Okay. Time to remind everybody to sign up.
Yeah.
But obviously, all of us have to figure out what our KubeCon schedules are before we can take shifts. But, you know, ideally we want at, you know, 2 of us on each shift where we can manage it. Because among other things, that gives you someone else to talk to when things are slow. For those of you who were not at KubeCon Paris, they've rearranged how the project pavilion is, and made it very central to the show floor. And CNCF staff member George Castro has taken the role of actually like literally driving traffic to the project pavilion, where he has like tours for people to wander around and meet projects. So it was way busier in Paris than it has been previously. Like we were talking to people almost the entire conference.
Okay. So please sign in. Please fill your name below the column.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go back to.
Yeah, and do put in your t-shirt size, because I'm going to see if we can actually get money for buying people t-shirts again, so that you have the appropriate gear to wear in the pod.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Do you have any other topic to discuss? I mean, there's only one topic. Ivan, do you want to talk about the Go Workspace topic?
So this, yeah, it feels like it has been for months, an ongoing discussion. So I did, so last time we spoke, I think it was like more than a month ago, I said that I had the action item of creating a document, requested by you, Ben, and finally I was able yesterday to publish it. So yeah, I don't know if we want to review it or if people want to do it offline.
Might as well go ahead.
Okay.
At least an initial look.
So I think.
Can you paste the link of the issue?
Yes. 1 second. I'm gonna put in here in the chat and also in the in both places. Chat. 1 second.
Okay, thank you. Let me add to the.
Oh, you're gonna do it, okay?
Sure. Oh, sorry. Let me add the link here. Yeah, what's this is the Google Doc, right?
Yep.
So you have 2 proposals, right? The first proposal is add a feature flag to run with Go Workspace, right?
This is something so following what Marek suggested. So have a way to enable the workspace and to disable the workspace. Okay. I tried to list the pro and the con of each approach. So the pro of this approach is that we can keep the development along in the main branch. The problem is that it will be a little bit difficult to keep supporting both like what we have right now and the workspace at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the second approach is you will create a separate branch for the workspace, right? It's a totally separate branch.
Yeah, so this will be a second approach. We will be to create a different branch and then start merging in that branch, and just assume that that branch, maybe the checks are not gonna be green until we finalize the work. The problem is that we will later need to merge that branch into main.
Okay.
So we'll still have like maybe at the end a giant single pull request.
Okay, got it. So I'm not fully understood the first approach. You add a feature flag, which means, for example, you can enable or disable the workspace model.
So it's, I guess, similar to how we enable GoFail. So it's like you have like GoFail enable, and then it changes the repository, and you do GoFail disable, and it reverts it back to the original state. So I was thinking something similar like that. Like you do like make Go workspace enable, it changes the problem is that we can't just do it with an environment variable, because we need to modify the Go mod files. So we will need a way to enable it and disable it. And
Yeah,
then
the problem is, when you disable the Go workspace, so we just follow the legacy behavior, right? So when we enable the Go workspace, so it may take a long time. We finish the whole feature. So when you're in mid of the development, when you enable the workspace model, I imagine the workflow may be failed, right? May fail.
Yep. So
Okay,
I
so the
guess
purpose you can get you just need to guarantee that when the Go workspace is disabled, all the workflow should be all green.
exactly. And so the con there and the problem there is that we need to ensure that we kind of support both things at the same time, and that may add to the toll of maintaining it. So there could be a third option that I don't think I didn't even wrote it because I don't think it's something that we want to do, but it's basically just do it in the main branch. On the main branch, I just assume that the CI is gonna be broken until we finish and like migrating all of the scripts. So instead of having a parallel branch, to just merging straight in the master branch, in the main branch. But I think that's not a good option because, yeah, I wouldn't consider that an option, to be honest. Unless we have like a lot of people working on it and we're able to finish it in like a very short time. But
okay, so we only need to update the Go model or Go summer files and also the scripts. We don't need to update the Golang source code, right?
I don't think we need to modify any source code. We just need to modify the go.mod files. That's it.
Also the script, right?
And the scripts. So maybe we could just create. So remember that as we were looking to the issue of the bill of materials, I also mentioned like the current state of the script is that it's a little bit tangled, a little bit difficult to follow. So I think the script will benefit from having this, like each script or each, like all of the functions for the bill of materials in a single place rather than in different places. So one idea will be if we follow the first approach to start a new set of scripts, like maybe starting from scratch rather than trying to adapt what we currently have, and maybe that will be cleaner for the future. I don't know. So that would be another option to maintain a new set of scripts, and then when we decide that we can enable the Go workspaces, we remove the old scripts.
Yeah, that's no perfect solution. Yeah, sometimes. How much do you have a rough estimation? How much effort we will spend on this feature?
So I did initially started a pull request, and then I closed the pull request because it didn't look feasible, because it started to add and add more things. So it started to become like a very big feature. So I think in terms of the scripts that need to be updated, I think I maybe like a third of what needs to be done. So there's like 2/3 that need to be finished, but that was also work that I did over, I mean, on and off. It took me some weeks, like 2-3 weeks.
2 or 3, right?
Yeah, but if we could have more people, definitely it will be faster.
Probably we can, during we of the feature, go workspace feature, we can frozen the on the script on the main branch. Yeah, we can follow the second approach. We can create a dedicated branch for this feature. But
Okay.
in the meantime, we frozen the change on the script on the main branch because
Mhm.
eventually we will merge the branch back to main. Otherwise, it will be a big challenge when we merge the branch back to main.
So yeah, that was the, so yeah, that's the main issue, that we also need to synchronize this branch. Keep it up to date if there are changes in the main branch. In that case, I will need someone to create also the branch, and I think
Yeah.
I think we have restricted the write access, so we will need to do what we do in releases to yeah, to change the permissions for the maintainer, so you can write and
Yeah.
then create a new branch.
Yeah, anyway, I think if just the three weeks should be okay. Should be okay to freeze the script on the main branch. It should be okay. If 3 months, it could be a problem. 3 weeks, it should be okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If I can also try to divide the tasks, and so divide and conquer. Maybe if I can start like recruiting some people. I know that there are a couple of people that are like more, or that are specialized also in the tools. So
Okay.
maybe we can divide and conquer, and then it will definitely be short.
Yeah, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, make sure the task can be done by multiple contributors at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was reading.
Yeah, I think I can agree that if the changes are restricted just to scripts, there is much less chance of conflict and much smaller impact if we just let's say freeze them in some way, like let's say block contributions to it. So maybe I think that option seems right if we, I know, make sure we remember or tag, I know, the directories that we want to freeze, and I know leave some note that we are freezing those directories for purpose of migration. I mean,
Okay.
I don't. Maybe I haven't seen much, but I don't think there are much contributions, or there've been a lot of contributions into the scripts. Most,
Yeah.
I think, changes were pretty recent.
Yeah.
I think by even. So I think it's a good trade-off that here we can say we maintain the main branch and we continue the development, but scripts are written to the new support, and we can slowly do the I don't know how much conflict there will be on Go mod files, but I don't think there will be many conflict because it's just a reference.
Yes, the Go modifier could be probably a problem because we have dependency management each week. We will automatically, the dependence board will automatically create PR each week. So the Go modifier may be a problem.
I mean,
one solution we can disable the dependence board for 1 month or 3 or 4 weeks. After we finish this feature, merge everything back to the main. We can enable the dependent board again. This is a potential solution.
Here it would be good to highlight what is the plan, like where do we plan to land this change? If we are targeting only the main branch, disabling dependency updates there is not a big concern because we just update it to make sure that we are not super outdated and we know about deprecations, but there is no like users that are or security bugs that are really pending on the consent. We can keep updating other branches independently.
Right,
So
yeah.
that might be a good option if we knew. I mean, if we get confirmation from Ivan looking at his or if we look at his PR, what files do we really change? If we get confirmation that those are just Go mods and the scripts, then we should be good with different like creating a dedicated branch.
Yeah.
It is just the scripts and the Go mode. But yeah, it's a good point that I don't think we have a lot of 3.6 active users, and there hasn't been a release in a very long time. So maybe it makes sense to just stop the Pendabot for while we're doing this. But I definitely want to formalize the work in the umbrella issue. And then, so at that time we start the branch, and then we start working on it. One thing that I also noted in the same lines of like we're doing this for a 3.6. So one thing that I commented on the document is that if we want to backport this into 3.5, so basically it's gonna be a massive backport and a massive change. So I don't know if we will even want to do that. Or maybe that's something that we worry about it in the future. But the thing is that one of the original motivations that govern check didn't work because we have replaces in the Echo models. Sorry. And so we're still in that state in which if someone publishes vulnerability in one of our models, we won't catch it. And 3.5 wouldn't catch it, and that's the actual version that people are using. So I also proposed that we could have a pro job that removes the replaces, runs government check, like a periodic job, and then we know that if someone has published vulnerabilities against our libraries.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. Backport to the 3.5 should be a little difficult to do because 3.5 we cannot disable the dependency management for a long time. For example, 3 months or 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Yeah, the backport to 3.5 could be a lot of effort.
Mm-hmm.
The only benefit is to the CVE check, can enhancement the CVE check. This is the only strong reason why we need to backport to 3.5. Apart from this, I don't see other reason, right? Other strong reason.
No. So yeah, I propose to maybe for 3.5 to do my pro job idea, the periodic job, and so at least we know we can know if someone publishes a vulnerability without modifying the code, without introducing workspaces in 3.5. But again, maybe it's something that we can revisit when we finish the main branch. But I expect that the changes are gonna be like way too big to even consider backporting to 3.5.
Yeah, I think we can postpone the decision. I'm maybe not as much concerned about 3.5. If the changes are in scripts, the scripts are in my opinion, the least both critical part of the project. From core perspective, if the most of the changes are in CI/CD, I don't think there is any chance of breaking change or regression due to just stamping the stamping the existing scripts with the 3.6 or the main branch. Like if we replaced our current or high-level thinking, if you replaced whatever is script for now for GA linting existing in 3.5 release with 3.6, I don't think there will be much difference. I only expect maybe there will be an improvement. Maybe there is an improvement because, or maybe the only difference is the configuration in the config files that we extended the number of validators that we run. But the script should be almost the same.
Okay. Yeah, we can, I think we can postpone the decision when we finish the feature on this 3.6. We don't have to make a decision right now.
Okay, sounds good. I think that's for Go workspaces, unless someone else wants to.
Are we
comment
going to
on-
need to update anything in tests after we make the changes?
No, it's just how maybe it's gonna change how we run the test, but the test, so it's just the scripts that we have around it. Shouldn't touch the source code.
Okay.
Yeah, I think as long as the workflow are green, we are good there. Yeah, any other topic?
I'm trying to find, but I'm struggling to find it. There was this discussion about changes in snapshot.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I wanted to make sure that have a short conversation about how to proceed with it. What's the best idea?
Okay,
For people without context, there is this issue that I created about the problem that etcd Raft in memory implementation keeps both the snapshot of the state or always keeps that one some set of entries loaded in memory, or this is how the Raft in memory storage works. And currently the logic there is some logic that is handled by etcd to clean or to truncate this in-memory storage, which is basically all wall entries loaded into memory. And the current logic is just let's keep 10,000 entries from last snapshot, or maybe it's let's keep last 5,000 entries from last snapshot, and snapshot is done once every 10,000 entries or something like this. So if you do 10,000 1 megabyte writes to etcd will allocate 10 gigabytes of memory. So that's pretty inefficient, and there is I created an issue to improve the logic when and how we can truncate the history or the in-memory Raft. And one problem that we found is that if we make wall truncating independent from snapshotting, is that we run in a problem that etcd could send an empty snapshot, or there is no snapshot at the beginning of etcd or there is no on-disk snapshot when etcd starts. So the proposal there was two options proposed, and I suggested to use the one option, which was let's on start of etcd always create a snapshot that has some data. So snapshot that only includes metadata and doesn't include any key or membership data.
Okay. So the difference is in the current behavior is we only create snapshot when we only compact the entries when we create snapshots. But you are proposing to compact after on each application. Is that true?
I mean, firstly, independent, and maybe depending on the performance trade-off, consider it after each entry. Like, I mean, let's imagine a situation where you have, I know, 3-member or 1-member cluster, and 1-member cluster doesn't need
Yeah. I agree.
doesn't need to store anything in memory because there is no other members that could join the cluster to resynchronize to this member, technically.
Yeah,
There
agree.
is no like late member, so you could just cut it after every entry. There is a performance consideration of, I know, cutting or truncating a slice of list from adding from one end and removing from the other end, but high level, you should not be blocked on it. I think the only edge case would be what happens when a new member joins the cluster and you need to create a snapshot for him to download. And then you would need to keep from the snapshot to catch him up.
Yeah, the main concern, for the 1-member cluster is okay. For the multiple member cluster, if you compact for each application, the only concern is for the CPU usage and performance impact. I think we need to get that clarified, confirmed. If there's no performance reduced, there is probably is okay.
I mean, I gave it as an example. If there are multiple, if it's 3-member cluster, then you need to, there's a list of different things that you could do and or different ways you could optimize it. And one of the ways would be to, because the leader or I know if leader knows, I think, or whatever, you could invest, you could ask other member or whatever, you could do logic to check where is the other members, what is the progress on other members, and assume that you keep entries to the last snapshot or the slowest member. And if all the members are up to date, you don't need to have you don't need to have wanted entries to in memory to catch up other members, because you have all members are up to date.
Yeah. Anyway, can you summarize the document for send out for review?
So there is a issue on GitHub that summarizes all the options.
Do you mean this one?
Yes, if you scroll down, this shows the memory. Not on the scroll down on the top comment. The top comment has 3 top comment. On the first comment, the original thing has a list of 3 things that could be below. There is a list of 3 things that could be done, and those 3 things.
Okay. Yeah, anyway, we'll take a look offline. Yes, we are already run out of time. Yeah, we will take a look offline.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go back. Yeah, we will run out of time. Yeah. Thanks everyone. We'll see you next week.